Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom, stars, and cards for October 15th through the 22nd. And I'm going to try and speed through this. No timestamps because it's going to be so fast. Cards for every zodiac sign, your card of the week, your crystals of the week, the astrology for the week. Real quick, pretty easy week. Well, maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 7. It's emotional week. We have a lot of moon aspects. Um, Pluto comes into play, and I'll feature this on Facebook and Instagram. Pluto is about transformation, but it is birth, death, endings, transformation, new beginnings. Pluto is coming into play, especially because he turned direct and now he's moving full force and he is wreaking havoc. So we are transforming a lot of things. I'll talk about this during the week on Facebook and Instagram. What else do I have? The Orionid meteor showers, my favorite thing. I wait for every year. It is the meteor showers that occur right now through the end of the month. The peak is the October 20th through the 23rd. Best viewing time 4, 5 a.m. in the morning. You look to the south, look for the constellation Orion, and you will see beautiful meteor showers depending on where you are and depending on your weather. I'll post that on Facebook and Instagram as well. I'm not doing anything fancy, no charts or anything today. We are on approach to a new moon in Scorpio with a solar eclipse. It's going to be enlightening and it will shine the light on things that we need to see, things that have been hidden. It will be followed up by a lunar eclipse in Taurus on November 8th. This is a really powerful time. I want to remind everybody you don't want to charge your crystals. You do not want to make moon water during eclipse season. So take a break, just lay off. That will be the first eclipse, partial solar eclipse, will be at 2 degrees of Scorpio. Anything that you have between 0 and say 5 degrees in your chart, especially Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, those will be more powerfully hit. So you want to pay attention to that. I'll come in before the eclipse and give you full details on that because that happens on October 25th. I just wanted to give you a heads up. The moons that we have this week. Cancer, the moon is in Cancer right now. So tap into your intuition. Things could be a little emotional. Moon will move into Leo. Things are heating up, passionate, creative. Then it'll come into balancing and mental, Libra. And it will finish the week out in Virgo. My crystal of the week. And I think it's perfect because we're getting ready to come into Scorpio season. It's spooky season. I really haven't gotten my spooky on, but I need to. But it is smoky quartz. And I wish I would have cleaned and polished this a little bit better. This is such a fantastic piece. But smoky quartz is great for protection and grounding. And we need grounding right now. The world is going a little bit crazy. We could be filled with anxiety. And smoky quartz, getting out into the earth barefoot is perfect, perfect for this time of year. I love using smoky quartz in October, all through Scorpio season. And the sun will move into Scorpio next week. Also, next week, Saturn will be stationing direct. So that planet, the planet of restrictions and rules and regulations, foundations, it is gaining momentum. It is gaining energy and it is getting ready to go direct. Remember, I said in last week's video, when a planet is coming to a station, it stops and it gains that energy and that momentum. So this week could feel like we have a lot of obstacles, could feel like things are being held back from us or restricted. Things could be moving a little bit slower. But don't worry, because the card of the week is movement. Things are moving forward. And it's symbolized by a horse, which symbolizes to me as an animal totem about freedom and independence, moving forward. Keep going. We're moving forward towards transformation. A lot of things are happening to all of us and in the world, and we have to just keep moving forward, right? Um, Before I read the cards real quick, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Just to give you a little update on my beagle, my Barley Baby Beagle Brown, beagliest brown of all the town. He is on steroids. He's on prednisone. He's doing really well. I've already noticed that some of his lymph nodes have already really shrunk a lot. He has a lot of vim and vigor. He's in a total beagle hunting mode. I know that prednisone is just a band-aid. I know that it might be short-lived, but I thank all of you that have reached out to me. Please continue your prayers, because there's a small, small chance that the prednisone can send him into remission. We just don't know, right? But I know his chart because he is from my nephew's litter. So I know when he was born. And yes, I've been fortunate enough to know all of my animals' birthdays and most of the times that they were born. So I've been able to see in their charts, and I do see in his chart that things are not looking good. He's having a really interesting Mars and Saturn aspect. I believe it's actually a trine, but I see where it's causing the inflammation. I see how Neptune is coming into play with Jupiter, especially Jupiter moving back into Pisces. That's the lymph nodes, and that is the fluid. So October 29th, there's a trigger there. I think that's when Jupiter actually retrogrades back into Pisces, but I'm looking at December 10th as not being so good. So I don't know. Keep your prayers coming, and I'll keep you updated. He's only 8 years old, so he's not even considered a senior as per the vet. And I just have to hope for the best, right? Right. All right. For this week, I felt like we needed grounding before I even picked this card randomly. When this came out, I was so happy because I'm like, this is exactly what we need. I was going to use the Shaman deck, but I'm going to use the Dark Moon astrology cards, and we'll see what planet aspect we need to focus on for each sign. You want to pay attention to your sun sign, your rising sign or ascendant, and your moon sign, and any stellium that you may have. Aries, you are getting Scorpio, I transform. So Aries, this is a big transformational period for you. And I would say so because Chiron in Aries has been really pushing all of us, especially Aries suns, risings, and moons, to transform how they feel about themselves. Um, you know, it, it's wounds about the self. Aries is the I am. So you have to change your thinking about yourself. You have to transform the way you see yourself, the way you perceive yourself, and the way you feel about yourself. It's time to heal those wounds, Aries. Taurus, you have North Node, life's purpose. Interestingly enough, the North Node is and has been in Taurus and will be until July of 2023. And this is about finding your true purpose in life. So if you are a Taurus sun, rising, or moon, this is really pushing all of you towards finding that life's purpose. But what is the Taurus? It's about what are your true values? What is truly important to you? Things that are intangible. Of course, Taurus is, that material side, money and safety and security. But at the same time, this is really saying like, follow your heart, follow what lights you up, follow that true purpose. If something sings to your heart, then that is what your purpose is. I feel like for me, yeah, I have a day job, but this is my purpose. Astrology and card reading, that's what lights me up. So step into that if you haven't already and follow that North Node. Gemini. So for the Geminis, it is Virgo I analyze. Virgo shares the ruler of Mercury with Gemini. And Gemini, you are in this 7, 8 month cycle of having Mars right in your sign for that entire time. There could be overanalyzation. But I feel like with this being Virgo, I analyze, it's like Geminis take a look, take an inventory list of your life, of your home, of what you have. Do the Virgo thing and get organized. Geminis could be really pulled in two different directions, but this is about really taking good inventory look and getting ready for the next season that you're coming in. Analyze your situation, sit back and take a good look at like what is no longer serving, what you can let go of. Cancers. Cancers, you have part of fortune and its increase. And so, Cancers, if you've been doing your homework, you're coming into a time of prosperity. Pluto is and has been transforming the Cancers. It could be a little bit difficult, but this is about the Cancers stepping into where you can capitalize, where you can bring more income in, where you can bring more prosperity in, where you can bring more joy in. It's your part of fortune. Capitalize on the blessings that are coming to you at this time. Leo, it is Venus and love. But this is about loving yourselves a little bit more, Leo, caring for yourselves a little bit more. If you are looking for a relationship, you may be finding a relationship at this time with this Scorpio solar eclipse, or because it is a square, we could find some Leos breaking up at this time, but it will all be around a love-hate type of relationship. Very, very heavy Venus involved. So I would, if it was me, I would take the pleasure of the senses part of Venus, Leos, and start loving up on yourselves a little bit more. Virgos, it's ninth house, and it's saying have faith. But look at that Ouija board, and I love the palmistry here. So yes, it says have faith and hope. That would be 11th house. This is saying, and it's also interesting, card 33, Ascended Masters. Don't recommend getting into the Ouija board ever, 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 unless you want to invite demons in, because you never know what portal you're opening up. I just posted something about that last week on Facebook and Instagram. But this is also saying, like, maybe tap into some divination, get some oracle cards, start pulling some cards for yourself, ask questions, pull a card, see what you get. The ninth house is about having faith, having a belief in something. It could be religious, but it could also be changing your beliefs. Also know that you're being protected by ascended masters with that 33. I like that. Virgo, Libra. Libra, you have a grand trine, and this is blessings are coming your way. This is the final week of Libra season, so soak it up. We know you want to hold it off and keep it going, but we have to make way for Scorpio season. But the blessings should be coming in for the Libras because the Sun is in Libra, Venus is in Libra, Mercury is in Libra. So take it. There's your grand trine. Well, not really, but there is a grand trine actually in air with Saturn, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and oh, the moon. The moon was just in Gemini, but now it's in Cancer. So the grand trine's over. We are coming into another grand trine, I believe, next week. So hold out, stay tuned, take your blessings where you can get them. Scorpios, you have air element communicating. Scorpios, it's time to open up and spill your guts. All right. We know that you like to keep things to yourself, hold it in. No, this is a week to allow yourself to communicate. Mercury will be, oh no, Venus is going to be moving into Scorpio in about a week's time. I think next week or the following. But it will be quickly followed by Mercury moving in. But it's time for you to open up, find somebody that you can get some things off your chest, Scorpio. Okay? Sagittarius. Mercury, it's the mind. Sagittarians, your minds could be working overtime at the current moment. Um, I'm feeling like tapping into the divine, using the mind to tap into your intuition, to that higher self. Horus, I love that card. And it's also, there's card number 3. So that is a divine connection. Use your mind, use your words. And your communication for healing this green color that you're seeing. But tap into the divine and help the world through your communications with your mind. Capricorns, I feel like I'm having deja vu, like I already did this before. Capricorns, did we do this? I swear I'm having a deja vu moment. Did I use these? I did use these cards, and I think some of you are getting the same cards because I think last week Capricorn had this Cancer I feel about tapping into that other side of you, Capricorns, and allowing your feelings to come through so that you can heal. See the green color? Um, yeah, I'm having like a weird deja vu moment. And so I think that this theme is still carrying on for some of you, especially the Capricorns, if I'm not mistaken. That would be Capricorn suns, risings, and moons. You've got to feel your feels. Capricorns have a tendency to sometimes shut those feelings off and just plod, keep on plodding through. You have to stop, smell the roses, allow yourself to go through those emotions. Aquarius. Aquarius, it's actually the Pisces, I believe. This is a time for Aquarians to really be believing in themselves, allowing negative thoughts and feelings to filter through, filter down, and flush away. It is a time for you to believe in something other than yourself, believing in something greater than yourself, but most of all, believing in yourselves. And last but not least, Pisces. It is water element and it's sensing. And the water element, that's your element. And right now we're in a Cancer moon. So you should be totally tapped in. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the Pisces got this the last time too. I'm kind of losing my mind here. I know last week's video, I was a little very emotional and I was trying to hold things in so I don't remember, but I'm like having deja vu flashbacks. So Pisces, like very intuitive, tapping into that. But this is also emotions. Water is emotional. So Pisces, if there's some things that you need to let go of, allow yourself a good cry, allow yourself to get rid of those emotions, especially with the upcoming solar eclipse in Scorpio. That is a sister water sign. So you should be very intuitive, but you need to like flush out. Scorpio is about flushing out those emotions so that you can connect and tap in. All right. I wanted this to be a lot quicker than it turned out to be. I hope you enjoyed this. I will be back with the new moon in Scorpio solar eclipse chart and horoscope stars and cards for all of us to see what we can expect. We're on a roller coaster ride of emotions this week with so many moon aspects and Pluto coming in to transform everything. Stay tuned. Check out the posts on Facebook and Instagram. I'll be back before you know it. Have a beautiful week. Bye.